Hello friends and welcome back. Recently, Britney Spears discussed her conservatorship in her most detailed public statement to date. Now, if you're unfamiliar, a conservatorship is the process by which a person is deemed mentally unfit to handle their own lives or finances. Britney Spears has been in a conservatorship, man, that word is hard to say, conservatorship, since 2008 with her dad and some lawyers overseeing her stuff. This was around the same time that she was acting really erratically. She was going through a really big, messy public divorce with Kevin Federline. It was a bad scene. Publicly, in the years since, it has kind of seemed like Britney's life has gotten back on track. She had a 4-year residency in Las Vegas, and she has seemed like a pretty, happy, well-adjusted person. Back in February, a documentary called Framing Britney Spears came out that documented what is known as the Free Britney movement. This is basically a push by her fans to try and get Britney released from her conservatorship. The documentary showed her journey from Mouseketeer to global superstar to punchline of very insensitive jokes. While the documentary was very supportive of Britney Spears, Britney's response at the time was almost one of embarrassment. She didn't really want to seem to have anything to do with it. Fast forward to now, and Britney Spears is singing a different tune. Pun not intended. But also kind of intended. Speaking directly to the judge in her case for the first time, Britney painted the picture of a life that was honestly even worse than what a lot of people had assumed. Here is just some of what she said. "I've lied and told the whole world I'm okay and I'm happy. I've been in denial. I've been in shock. I am traumatized. I'm not happy. I can't sleep. I'm so angry it's insane. And I'm depressed. I cry every day." Now, Britney is already the mother of 2 kids, but she has expressed her desire to marry her boyfriend and to have kids with her boyfriend. But it turns out that as part of her conservatorship, she has an IUD that is in her body against her will, which, as horrifying as that sounds, is actually legal within the terms of the conservatorship. "I feel ganged up on, I feel bullied, and I feel left out and alone. I deserve to have the same rights as anybody does by having a child, a family, any of those things." Britney says that she was forced to do things by her management. She was forced to go straight into her Las Vegas residency at a time when she really didn't feel like she was ready to do that. She claims to have been put on the drug lithium against her wishes. Spears said that she felt the conservatorship was doing her more harm than good, and she said that she honestly didn't know that she could petition for the agreement to end. Britney's court statement led to an outpouring of support from a lot of famous people. Here are just a few. Her sister Jamie Lynn Spears says, "Since the day I was born, I've only loved, adored, and supported my sister. I mean, this is my freaking big sister, before any of this BS. I don't care if she wants to run away to a rainforest and have a zillion babies in the middle of nowhere, or if she wants to come back and dominate the world the way she has done many times before, because I have nothing to lose or gain either way. The situation does not affect me either way, because I'm only her sister who's only concerned about her happiness." She should not have a zillion babies in the forest. That's probably too many babies. "Maybe I didn't support the way the public would like me to with a hashtag on a public platform, but I can assure you that I support my sister long before there was a hashtag, and I'll support her long after. Hashtag Free Britney." Christina Aguilera, old friend of Britney's, chimed in on Twitter. "These past few days, I've been thinking about Britney and everything she is going through. It is unacceptable that any woman or human wanting to be in control of their own destiny might not be allowed to live as they wish. To be silenced, ignored, bullied, or denied support by those close to you is the most depleting, devastating, and demeaning thing imaginable. The harmful mental and emotional damage this can take on a human spirit is nothing to be taken lightly. Every woman must have the right to her own body, her own reproductive system, her own privacy, her own space, her own healing, and her own happiness. While I am not behind the closed doors of this very layered and personal yet public conversation, all I can do is share from my heart on what I've heard, read, and seen in the media. The conviction and desperation of this plea for freedom leads me to believe that this person I once knew has been living without compassion or decency from those in control. To a woman who has worked under conditions and pressure unimaginable to most, I promise you she deserves all of the freedom possible to live her happiest life. My heart goes out to Britney. She deserves all the true love and support in the world." Justin Timberlake weighed in, which maybe he should have sat this one out. "After what we saw today, we should all be supporting Britney at this time. Regardless of our past, good and bad, and no matter how long ago it was, what's happening to her now is just not right. No woman should ever be restricted from making decisions about her own body. No one should ever be held against their will or ever have to ask permission to access anything they've worked so hard for. Jess and I send our love and our absolute support to Britney during this time. We hope the courts and her family make this right and let her live however she wants to live." Now, some people weren't too too thrilled about this based on Justin's history with Britney. I actually have a whole other video where I talk about that. You are welcome to check that out at any time. It would be cool if you finished watching this one first. Long story short, if you're unfamiliar, they dated in the early aughts. They had a kind of public breakup. Afterwards, Justin kind of came out smelling like roses, and everyone thought that Britney was some kind of a horrible, cheating monster. It's just kind of a larger conversation about how men get treated one way and women get treated another way by the media. Watch the video. Paris Hilton, friend of Britney Spears and longtime supporter of the Free Britney movement, was doing a DJ set or something, and she apparently said at the DJ set, "Free Britney," and the crowd was like, "Woo!" A bunch of politicians, both Republicans and Democrats, also weighed in to give their support to Britney Spears. Personally, whenever politicians weigh in on something like this, my first reaction is to be like, shut the f*** up and actually do something. But among those who tweeted support were Chuck Schumer, Tulsi Gabbard, and Ted Cruz, which is a pretty weird collection of people. Now, what's next for Britney Spears? I ain't a lawyer, but allegedly, the actual process of getting removed from a conservatorship is pretty complicated and likely to take several years. It is possible that due to all of the pressure on the people involved in this case and the high profile nature of it, that things will be expedited slightly, but it's still something that's going to take a long time. And apparently it is something where Britney, in order to actually be freed from it, will need to take another mental evaluation, which is something that she has been resistant to, which is understandable given that it seems like she does not have control of her own money. So as a result, she is basically paying for the people who are running her conservatorship to hire the therapist who would be responsible to come in and do the evaluation. The whole thing's pretty messed up. In the meantime, Britney, don't forget that you're stronger than yesterday. Nothing hard away. Your loneliness ain't killing you no more. You're stronger. Sorry. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to hit like and subscribe. I release a new video every single Wednesday. Where do you come down on all this stuff? Do you still think we should cancel Justin Timberlake? Leave a comment. Let me know. Thanks so much, guys. Talk soon.